in the Caribbean. Even Haiti got biometric cards. Only us got to carry this piece of paper around. So I hope it's the last election. We got to carry this paper around. And so I want to commend Brave and those for introducing it. It ain't gonna be very effective in this election, but by the next election, it could be very effective.
Tonight, a 24-year-old suspect shot while trying to smuggle contraband into the prison. Also, an elderly American woman tragically losing her life after a suspected drowning incident. And later, the governing PLP holding its final mass rally before its supporters and the wider electorate head to the polls. Eyewitness News, the weekend edition, starts now.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jose Etienne. Thanks so much for joining us. Topping the weekend edition.
A 24-year-old suspect shot by prison officers could soon be charged in court after authorities foiled his and an accomplice's attempt to smuggle contraband into the prison. Police say the crime happened on Sunday just after midnight. The suspect, along with another man, were caught climbing the southern gate while attempting to enter the Bahamas Department of Correctional Services. After failure to comply with prison officers' command, the officers fired at the suspects. One of them, said to be carrying a food store bag, was struck, and the other fled the scene. Authorities say the bag revealed a quantity of suspected marijuana, an assortment of electronic devices including cell phones and chargers. The items were confiscated and the suspect remains in hospital in stable condition. Investigations into this incident are ongoing. Meanwhile, an 88-year-old American woman is dead tonight following a drowning incident at a resort property in Grand Bahama. Authorities say the incident happened on Saturday at around midday. Police say the elderly woman, who arrived on island aboard a cruise ship, was operating a mobility scooter when she reportedly lost control and drove off the pier. Police say it is also believed that she struck her head against the hull of the vessel before entering the water. She was retrieved from the water and transported to the ship's medical facility for emergency medical treatment but was pronounced dead. Investigations continue.
The Progressive Liberal Party taking it all back to where it started on Clifford Park last evening, and hundreds of supporters showed up to hear the party's plea ahead of Election Day. Our Daniel Dean has more.
If you think that your vote doesn't count, I want you to think again. Without your vote, that dream of progress may be snatched away. Without your vote on May 12th, May 13th, you may wake up to the nightmare of an FLM government led by Michael Pinter.
Prime Minister Philip Davis and the Progressive Liberal Party making one of its last pleas to the public to make their voices heard as time winds down until the general election Tuesday. The PLP mass rally last night saw a majority of the party's candidates assemble in hopes these final and critical hours before the polls mean more votes in their favor.
Fort Charlotte don't need no captain, so that captain can stay in the cockpit. Fort Charlotte needs a builder. Fort Charlotte needs a problem solver. Fort Charlotte needs a man that has a track record to deliver on the things that need to be done. Fort Charlotte needs a visionary.
Fort Charlotte candidate Sebas Bastian says a major part of his plan, if elected, is to focus on educational reform and housing for constituents, promising air conditioning and technology labs will be installed in every Fort Charlotte school, that the Own Fort Charlotte grant initiative will create opportunities for business owners, and that 150 homes will be built in the community. The candidate also promising as long as he represents the constituency, there will be no outside toilets or unacceptable living conditions for residents. Candidates argue they're the strongest team for the job. Killarney's Robin Lyons snapping back at claims they've attempted to steal the election.
You try to steal an election when you didn't improve unemployment the way the PLP has. Stealing an election is for a government that didn't lift our health care the way the PLP has. 5 new clinics and 52 renovated clinics. We are moving on the work we've done in this country.
With Tuesday just 2 days away, will the electorate in fact choose progress? And are the messages relayed, records reflected, and promises made at rallies truly resonating? Danielle Dean, Eyewitness News.
With just 2 days until the 2026 general election, former Prime Minister Hubert Ingram is calling for what he describes as an outdated voting system to be fully upgraded. Despite throwing jeers at the sitting Prime Minister Philip Davis' bid for a second term, he's also giving credit for what he calls a step forward in modernizing the system through the rollout of biometric cards.
We also hope this is the last election that you have to have a voter's card. You know, I've been at many places in the world as an election observer and find very backward countries have those same cards they start giving out, biometric cards, and only in the Bahamas, in the Caribbean, even Haiti got biometric cards. Only us got to carry this piece of paper around. So I hope it's the last election. We got to carry this paper around. And so I want to commend Brave and Doze for introducing it. It ain't gonna be very effective in this election, but by the next election, it could be very effective. And you know, one day, I know you don't agree with me, but one day I also hope I'm around long enough, then we stop having to put ink on our finger to vote.
As part of the Davis administration's Blueprint for Progress, the government continues to push ahead with plans to improve healthcare access across the Bahamas through the construction and renovation of more than 40 clinics nationwide. One of those projects is the new Coconut Grove Clinic, a 14,500 square foot facility with an estimated cost of $10.5 million. Ground was broken for the project in April 2025, with the new building set to replace the smaller Ackland Street Clinic that was damaged during Hurricane Matthew. While there is still no official timeline for completion, Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Michael Darville is sharing this update on the project's progress.
Well, the Coconut Grove Clinic is moving very nicely. As you can see, we're putting the peel and stick on the roof. I'm very excited how the contractor is moving very rapidly, and I look forward for him to come in on time and to be able to provide that urgent care facility for the residents. And one of the beauty about the Coconut Grove Clinic, it will have an operating theater and many side room procedures will be done. And this blood bank will also assist in that procedural approach.
Darville also providing an update on the long-anticipated Manowar Key Clinic in Abaco, which was developed by several partners now in its final stages as the ministry prepares to assume responsibility for operations. While the newly redeveloped facility was expected to reopen in April, Darville says it is still awaiting additional resources and staff before the clinic can officially open its doors.
The Manowar Key Clinic will be turned over to the Ministry of Health and the Department of Public Health. Always remember that primary health care facilities is only the responsibility of the Public Hospitals Authority in New Providence. No, actually in Grand Bahama. And this particular facility, we're now putting the manpower resources in place. One of the key things we want for that facility is a mobile ambulance, but it has to be almost like a golf cart that we're looking to access. And the Marsh Harbor Clinic will be responsible for the complete oversight of the Manowar Key Clinic.
And still to come tonight, an update on government's planned African-Caribbean marketplace in Grand Bahama. We'll have more on that, and later, government opens doors to its New Providence Cultivation Center. We've got more on those stories, but first, here's a check on tonight's weather forecast.
The F&M can't agree on anything except attacking everything started by the PLP. Now he's calling for a reset, but it's stop, review, and cancel again. New airports, school breakfast, upskill, the National Youth Guard, energy reforms. This crew would roll back progress. The FNM, not strong enough to lead us forward, but petty enough to drag us back.
5 cars, catch the keys, don't blink, take these.
Island Luck is giving away 5 brand new cars. Earn 10 reward points for a chance to enter and win. Enter weekly from Monday 12 a.m. to Sunday 2 p.m. Winners are announced Sundays at 3 p.m. on 103.5 The Beat and Island Luck Socials. 5 cars, 5 weeks. The more you play, the better your chances. Visit islandluck.com for more information. Catch the keys only at Island Luck. Must be 18 and over. Island Luck reminds you that it's only a game, so please game responsibly.
We're expanding opportunities by investing in our people.
Opportunities like Upskill Bahamas.
We created our first national apprenticeship program.
We're promoting Bahamian ownership in tourism.
We're supporting Bahamian athletes. Our first National Youth Guard.
We're building new roads and airports across the Family Island.
The world will keep changing, but so will we. And we're just getting started. We're expanding opportunities by investing in our people.
Opportunities like Upskill Bahamas.
We created our first national apprenticeship program.
We're promoting Bahamian ownership in tourism.
We're supporting Bahamian athletes. Our first National Youth Guard.
We're building new roads and airports across the Family Island.
The world will keep changing, but so will we. And we're just getting started.
You're watching Eyewitness News.
Welcome back. Minister for Grand Bahama Ginger Moxie is tonight providing an update on the Afro-Caribbean marketplace proposed for the island. The project, which was first announced in 2025, Moxie says is progressing steadily with payouts now being made on the government's part from a loan debated in the House of Assembly.
We have already done the acquisition of the Royal Oasis Tower and Casino. That process, has been done where we have signed off and payment is ready for that. And we are in the process of the payouts for the bazaar owners themselves. Of course, we know there were 13 property owners, and it was a long, tedious process, but the funds are there for that, and we're beginning the process of the payouts of that.
Now, the project is set to be built on the site of the International Bazaar and is expected to attract thousands of visitors, making Grand Bahama a hub for trade. She says she's happy with where teams are at today.
There's a board of directors for the Afro-Caribbean marketplace called ACMLC Grand Bahama Limited, and they're going through all that process. But it's happening. We've already started to, clear around the property a bit because we're getting prepared for all of the design work and all that needs to be done. We have preliminary drawings of it, but of course there's more extensive work that needs to be done because we are still in the project preparation facility stage of it. That was what the 1.86 million was about, and we're going full steam ahead with that.
While with music from the Royal Bahamas Defense Force Band setting the tone, the Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources officially cut the ribbon on its New Providence Cultivation Center on Friday. Minister of Agriculture and Marine Resources Jomo Campbell says the new facility is expected to help boost local food production and provide greater support to Bahamian farmers.
We are demonstrating exactly what can be done when this facility is truly open and operational. We want to make sure we don't waste any of our produce, our natural agricultural produce that comes into the farmers market and comes from the farms. So we want to give farmers and agri-processors the ability to bring the Bahamas to where it once was, where we did our own tomato paste, we did our own jams, we did our own juices. And we want to make sure that we expand the capability so that nothing is left untouched and untapped. And as you see before you, we now have locally produced wines. We have locally produced tomato paste. We have the ability now to be grinding our own corn and making our own grits. And so the future of agriculture is bright in the Bahamas.
Now, food security remained a top priority for the Davis administration in its final budget communication to Parliament, with plans to invest millions of dollars into agriculture. And so Campbell says government plans to bring more cultivation centers to the Family Islands as well.
To ensure that persons in the Northern Islands have a facility for themselves, as well as those in the Southern Islands. We just came from Grand Bahama. I think this week, it was earlier this week, we were in Grand Bahama where we rededicated the animal control unit and the public markets. The team was recently in Maikal. We were also in Exoma. We were also in Eleuthera. Our cultivation center in Eleuthera is about 95 to 98% complete. We were also in Cat Island doing the very same thing, as well as Andros. And so we want to expand the agricultural opportunity throughout every single island in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Well, as Teachers Appreciation Week wraps up here at home, education officials continue to raise concerns about a growing shortage of teachers, particularly in the area of special education. Recently, we spoke with Mistress Knowles, principal of the M. Davis Institute for Special Education, a first-class, state-of-the-art institution dedicated to special education. And we asked her about the importance of special education teachers and the critical role they play in shaping the lives of students with unique learning needs.
Inclusive practices, and I encourage us to, even if you're studying the generalist, to learn more about how you can impart knowledge to various students. So in some countries, special education is education. So it's hard now to me being trained in special ed to think special ed is separate and apart from education. So I think anyone going into education needs to have special ed as a part of their repertoire to address the needs that's facing, because it's a diverse group we teaching these days.
And that does it for us in the weekend edition. For all of us here at Eyewitness News, I'm Jose Etienne. Thanks so much for joining us, and good night.
Midnight ward and the red lights below. Nurses breathe grace, but the pain won't go. Head is the weight on the sick tonight. Too many souls in a losing fight. Broken jaw waiting, no surgeon in sight. Child in the hallway crying all night. Girl in emergency gasping for breath. No tools in the ward fighting death. Running those halls with fire in her chest. Searching for the steel they failed to invest. Back to her office through rage and through night. Set to find something to save that life. Rise up now. Rise up now. Rise up now. Dr. McIver. Rise up now. Midnight ward and the red lights glow.
Welcome to Paradise Premium Foods, where exceptional taste meets everyday convenience. Right in the heart of Hurricane Hole Plaza, whether you're planning a beachside brunch, an intimate dinner, or simply restocking your favorites, we offer only the finest selection of local and imported goods, handpicked for quality, freshness, and flavor. At Paradise Premium Foods, shopping is effortless, service is personal, and every visit feels like a treat. From gourmet meals to go, to organic essentials and indulgent treats, this is your neighborhood market elevated. Live well, eat better. Discover Paradise Premium Foods, now open at Hurricane Hole Plaza, Paradise Island. Paradise Premium Foods, taste the difference.
The F&M can't agree on anything except attacking everything started by the PLP. Now he's calling for a reset, but it's stop, review, and cancel again. New airports, school breakfast, upskill, the National Youth Guard, energy reforms. This crew would roll back progress. The FNM, not strong enough to lead us forward, but petty enough to drag us back.
Edenwell has expanded their testing menu.
We now offer blood work, drug screening, and so much more. Our hours of operation are Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., located on 11 Madera Street. We are here for all of your laboratory needs, with fast and reliable lab work done by our friendly and knowledgeable staff. Let us help you take the needed steps to stay in the know about your health. Let's keep working towards a healthier you. Stay Eden well.
We're expanding opportunities by investing in our people.
Opportunities like Upskill Bahamas.
We created our first national apprenticeship program.
We're promoting Bahamian ownership in tourism.
We're supporting Bahamian athletes.
Our first national youth guard. We're building new roads and airports across the Family Island.
The world will keep changing, but so will we. And we're